Vinny.
We're live.
We're here.
And we're here.
We're here.
We'll leave it at that.
And Vinny has poison ivy. That's why we're not sitting next to each other.
Yeah, look at that, man. I haven't had it since I'm a kid.
Playing pickleball.
Well, I got
What
the
an
ball,
excuse.
The ball went over the fence, and they told me not to get the ball, but I went and got the ball anyway because.
Because you're the youngest one there?
Yeah.
Climbed the fence?
Pretty well. I went through the gate, but yeah.
Oh, you went through the gate.
I'm pretty much usually the youngest one there, for the most part. But yeah, it's like remember the Seinfeld episode with Kramer? Remember when he did the karate with the kids? He was dominating the dojo. He was beating up kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you did?
Well, yeah, I'm not beating up the people that are there, but you know.
You're going to make all-state pickleball?
It's fun though. Hey, 3.5 hours running around.
That's it? Now, how many games is that in 3.5 hours?
8 or 9. It all depends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it all depends on the scoring. You know how fast you can. If you win 11,
But it's
nothing.
tennis scoring though.
No, not really. It's. I mean, we can get into the whole rules and everything, but you can only score on your serve.
How about Rules for Dummies version?
I'm sure they got a book in a
Okay.
bookstore. Are there bookstores? We've done that show before, right? There was no more stores.
Yeah, Barnes & Noble's still around. They don't have books there.
They don't have books. No, they got
They sell
Wi-Fi.
pops.
Oh.
They sell pops,
Well, you got to sell what sells.
diaries, planners.
Sell what sells, man. But yeah, we're back less than a week. Didn't we do
I
like
know. Well, we have
Thursday?
things. We have very busy things coming up.
We do.
Yeah.
What do we got?
Your schedule, actually.
my
My
schedule-
schedule's pretty easy
Mine's easy too.
for a
It's been
change.
It's been the
Well,
same
It's
forever.
gonna suck come September. My schedule gets crazy. But
So you say September? There's no. You don't say the P in September.
September?
Okay, got it. Just
No.
checking.
Why would I say September?
September.
September.
Anyway, grammar lesson's over.
Yeah, that's
sports.
enough.
The sports section's over.
That's it.
The medical section is over. My poison ivy.
So you want? I don't know if you saw this. There was a gang leader, and I believe it was in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
He substituted himself for his 12-year-old daughter, and they smuggled in one of those plastic face masks,
Okay.
a girl's T-shirt, and girl's pants.
He wore them?
So he wore that, tried to walk out of the prison, put his 12-year-old daughter in the cell.
Wow.
So there's a video online. You got to see this thing. They're like stripping him down. So when they're taking the T-shirt off, he goes like this to make
cover himself
to
up?
make his boobs look bigger.
But he's 12.
He's
supposed
12.
supposed to be a 12-year-old girl.
Yeah. And then
That's
they
pretty
see
sick.
the skin mask. So they start unpeeling it.
Was
The
he,
guy has a full mustache and head of
was he
hair.
Hannibal Lecter?
Oh my God.
My God.
But
So he.
and he has a kid.
Well, you know that was an accident.
Jesus.
You know, he should not. He was in jail probably for procreating.
Could you imagine that? You're going to put your kid in jail so you can get out.
That's a.
And not even a kid. That's a baby.
That's a
It's
lovable.
12.
That's a lovable daughter.
I think you had a choice.
Man.
But speaking of jail, Epstein suicide. What's your thoughts on that?
He's a piece of crap.
He's a piece of crap,
I'm glad he's dead.
right?
He's had ties to many famous people on both sides of the aisle. So take it easy, everybody. He had ties to everybody.
Mm-hmm. He owned a private island. I found that out. How do you own an island?
We don't even know how he made his money, right? That's never really been made too public. How he's made his. Well, I mean.
Well, he's a big investor.
Okay.
He's a big investor.
We're all big investors.
All it takes is
Yeah,
to get
one
on
big
the
hit.
ground level of Amazon.
He hit odd one day, and that was it. Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, I'm glad he's gone. I mean, should there be an investigation of a guy that was on suicide watch that committed suicide? Yeah, I think there should be an investigation.
But now they're
You
saying
can't
that
say
the
that you-
jails are so understaffed.
I heard. Well, that's the.
They haven't even understaffed for this guy.
That's.
No, I
They're
think
just talking.
I think 2 people went on coffee break when it should have only been 1.
That's one of those deals. We've watched enough cop shows in our life. Take 5. I don't know. Hey, Dawn.
Dawn's chiming in.
Yeah, I think I know what side Dawn's on. You know
So-
me. I'm the fence sitter of the group here. I'm glad. Like I said, I'm glad he's gone.
Right.
He's had ties to both sides of the aisle. He was buddy
Also around his neck.
Yeah. He was buddy with Trump way back when.
Mm-hmm.
He was buddy with Bubba Clinton. So then, of course, everybody's got to jump on the Clintons killing everybody thing. Hey, listen.
Hillary's still there.
Who?
Hillary's still there.
You would think the one person that he would kill would be
Who's
her.
richer? Him or her?
They both came from kind of nothing. I mean, I know her family.
I tell you, man, she's
came up
been
with a
hanging
business.
out to a lot of shit. Right?
I'm not fans of the Clintons. I'm not a fan of Trump.
I like Bill. He was okay.
Yeah.
He was okay.
He from the day he jumped on Arsenio with the saxophone, I was like, I can't. I just can't. I just never was a fan. I don't know, but back to Epstein.
I think there was some wrongdoing
by
people.
No, I mean, what do you mean?
Put it this way: when you go to jail and you're anything that involves itself with a child, you're dead meat. You're dead meat.
You shouldn't even be in jail. You should be in a coffin.
But I mean, you go to jail, you're dead meat.
Well, he's not. He was never in Gen Pop, I don't think.
But they just put him in it.
He was in general population.
I think he was.
Well, then he would have been dead before the suicide.
Well,
because we all
check
know
that out. I think Christian. I don't know if you can check that out, but I think they moved him to a different jail cell.
Because we all know that in general population, there's one thing that the prisoners will not put up with:
Kids.
child abuse, or beating up old people, or anything like that. You're dead, or you'll have a butt really wide.
Yeah.
He just looked creepy too. You see him? He just had that
permanent smile.
Hit that creep factor.
Yeah, permanent smile on the face.
He's a piece of garbage.
Yeah, well, was.
Was. Well, I guess he always will be. I mean,
but
I guess I should.
Hey, you got somebody calling.
No, it's our Facebook.
Oh wow, okay.
It's the people chiming in.
So anyway, I'm gonna give a shout out. I normally don't follow pages, but this one intrigued me.
Good.
Belleville 07109.
I guess that's a zip.
That's a zip code for Belleville. And I tell you, amazing. Whoever put this together is a genius. I think every city should do it, to communicate back with people you haven't heard from, haven't seen. The memories that are coming up right now are amazing. I mean, they're talking about the greatest sporting event, favorite teacher. It's like everyone's comparing.
I got that on the Tom's River one. There's some.
Yeah?
Yeah,
but Tom's River has like 5 zip codes. So which one do you follow?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
It does. The North talk to the South?
Everybody, there's one for every. There's multiple pages, but there is a grown up in type page.
Yeah.
So and people chime in. There's some people that have lived in that town forever. Well, I mean, yeah, long time.
Even Christian's helmet.
Listen, not everybody was born north of the bridge like most of us.
Yes.
So a lot of people were born
A lot of
down
people
on the
stayed north of the
farm.
bridge.
That was a big farm back in the day.
Yes, it was.
But
speaking north of the bridge,
north of the bridge.
did you hear that Newark only had 5 murders this week?
That's horrible.
And the stats are down.
Well, that means the first 8 months of the year have been pretty good, or 7 months of the year have been pretty good.
I guess. I don't know if I would put that in the same article. Even though 5 murders this week, crime is down in Newark.
Well, it's just...
How do you feel for those families? Right? I mean, people got to watch what they say.
Was it NJ.com?
Yes.
There you go.
Of course.
Bingo.
Of course.
Bingo.
That and the water. That's not going to kill you. Can't drink the water in Newark.
Little leady? Got a lot of lead.
What? That's where people... I mean, growing up, you got the Bet's Pizza in Newark. Everything was good in Newark. Was the water.
And they attributed it to the water, right?
They attributed to the water.
Bagels. Yeah.
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 Now you're going to get a hard crust pizza. The lead in it.
It's like, you ever see that commercial with the one, I think it's a Brita commercial. They got like a bar set up and they have water from all around the country.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, give me a fresh cup of lead. It's just like, Because I guess there are some legal amounts of every chemical that's allowed in
I
drinkable
guess,
water.
yeah.
I don't know what they are. I mean, you know, you can go to a different house in the same town, and the water will smell differently.
You know, it's funny because I remember growing up, there was a reservoir in Belleville, and there was a walkway. Like, people used to walk around it. You mean to tell me nobody threw anything into that reservoir?
Or committed an act?
Yeah.
Well, I think all
And
this
we're
stuff,
still alive.
I think all this stuff is filtered at some point in time before it comes back. That's where all the fluoride and all the chemicals that go into the drinking water.
Oh, so
It's not just rainwater sitting
Someone's
in a pond.
urinating in the reservoir, but it's going through another type of machinery.
There's
So they
minerals.
can put the chlorine and the lead in it.
There's minerals in urine.
If you're stuck on a mountain.
It kills a jellyfish thing, right? Maybe I'll get rid of my poison ivy. Maybe I'll,
This is not that kind of show. That show was last week, I think it was. Was it?
was it last week?
It was last week. Okay. The show in before us. Remember they had all the
Listen, we love to be
Leftover beer cans
we
and-
love to be in the studios of a shared universe.
yes.
Christian's going to plead ignorant on this one. There's some strange people that come around these hallways.
Yes.
Strange people.
Yeah. I feel a vibe.
Just pointing out
At
facts.
this point, it's facts.
Just,
And speaking of facts, did
hey, listen, should they say shit about us too, right?
oh, I'm sure they do.
Do
Those two old
do you
fucks.
care? Do you care?
I don't give a shit. Those two old fucks wasting their money. All right.
But up in Passaic, staying up in that region, I was just reading about just before we went on the air. The police had to break up a softball game in Passaic.
Slow pitch or fast pitch?
I don't know. I think it has to be slow pitch because these guys sounded kind of slow. They broke up.
Oh, wow. Holy.
Well, you threw it up there.
The stuff that Vinny says does not reflect anything that Dino's thinking or will be saying soon.
But they broke up the game. I guess it was a ruckus going, and they were smoking hookah. Did they have the guy here next door to your club over there? I mean,
I don't know. But let me tell you something. Have you smelt the amount of pot in New Jersey the last couple of days?
no.
Okay. I went down to the Hard Rock
Well, you're going to get that there.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I smell pot on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Smell pot in the casino. Smell pot in the hotel rooms.
That's not good.
Came home yesterday, dying for a Shake Shack.
Got the munchies?
I was going to be my dinner last night. Drove to the rest stop on 98.
You like
The
doing that,
smell
don't you?
of pot was nauseating. Nauseating.
Listen, people are going to do it.
So now I go in there and Shake Shack had about 35 people in line. I said, screw this. Long Branch has a Shake Shack.
Did it really? Wait a minute. You drove all the way from
I
your
drove-
house just to get a Shake Shack?
I was in the mood.
Damn.
I went to Long Branch. Big sign on the window.
Closed.
Closed for training.
They're all on the parkway. What time was this?
5 o'clock, 5:30.
Dinner time on a Monday. They're closed.
Closed for training.
Don't
Now,
you do training
I know
after
they
hours?
just recently opened up, or if they even opened, maybe they were doing a soft opening. I don't know. But it's closed for training.
Wow.
I'm like, okay, well, train on me. I want a burger.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let me drive, find something to eat. I went to Wawa. The smell of pot in the Neptune Wawa.
Really?
Holy cow. It's like I got a high this weekend from the amount of pot I smelled. I just said to Doreen, I said, did they pass pot when we were gone?
No.
Because I tell you, it's all over.
Well, people are going to do it anyway. I mean, they've been doing it.
They've been doing it, but
It's
now
been going on for
I'm
years.
smelling it a lot more now. Aren't you?
Maybe I'm just immune to it. I don't know.
See, I get nauseated by it, and I start coughing. You know, I don't like the smell of it.
No.
So do I have to move?
To where? Everybody's going to have the laws pretty soon.
Canada? Canada ready for me?
No.
No?
Hey?
So anyway,
Hello, Lisa.
that was my...
We have 2 fans on today.
2. Lisa and... Hey, Lisa.
5 people watching right now.
We have 5 people watching, but only 2 are brave enough to comment.
Where's the other people? But so you got to be careful this weekend. DWI checkpoints all over the state.
It's a big weekend.
The state got overtime grants.
Okay. Paid out.
But why this week?
Exactly. I don't know.
How come you don't give out a little bit each week?
Or why don't you, or wait until
because now it's so
for
announced.
A couple weeks when you have Labor Day weekend.
So if I was an Uber driver this week, I'd make sure I'm working this weekend.
Well, you should. If you're an Uber driver, you should be working all the time.
Well, no,
it's your job.
Not really. Some people are lazy, but
it's your job, man.
I mean, honestly, I would do it all weekend.
Isn't that when you make money?
It's so announced.
Depends where they're going to have the checkpoints. Do they advertise the checkpoints?
110 checkpoints throughout the state.
That's not really a lot. That's, what was that, 5 per county?
Yeah.
It's not that many.
It's a lot.
But they're not going to have any checkpoints in
on Route 9
or Salem County. Cumberland County's not.
Why they just gave up?
Why bother? Nobody lives there.
Yeah, but somebody's cutting through from Philly.
Yeah, but Salem isn't Salem south of Philly.
That's where the witches are, aren't they?
No.
Salem does have witches?
Not here.
No.
That would be Massachusetts.
Tell that to the woman who just walked by. Woo! She's got a
podcast coming up in half an hour.
Pull over that broomstick.
You've had a witch do a podcast?
A Wiccan or something like that? Yeah. Something.
What is that?
Wiccan?
I think it's the same thing as a witch, basically.
Hey, whatever you're into. Hey, there's my buddy Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hey, Scott.
He's the guy who got me at the pickleball.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, how good is Vinny at pickleball?
I'm all right.
Is he the one that got you that poison ivy?
No, the Woods gave me the poison ivy.
Who's not Italian? They're not Italian.
Who said they're not Italian? Dawn's not saying we're not. I'm sure it was about.
Oh,
I think she was talking about the people who aren't commenting.
Oh, okay. Well, Scott's last name doesn't look Italian.
He's not even close.
That looks French.
Yeah,
Oui.
Perhaps.
Vinny's talking about oui before. Talk about oui. Lenny Dykstra and the Bagel Boy are going to be fighting. First of all, is Lenny Dykstra out of jail that I didn't hear about? And you know what? It was funny.
Why?
Who said something about the Bagel Boy the other day? I was at the club. Somebody mentioned something about the Bagel Boy guy.
That was staged.
And he works for a production company.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah.
He just has a small role.
Yeah.
I had to do it. Sorry.
Yeah.
What a pot. And Lenny Dykstra. Did he have all his teeth?
Not for nothing. That big guy could have cracked the crap out of him.
Of course. I could have cracked the crap out of him.
Ugh.
I just hate people that just seek out attention.
Yeah, well, if he wants, that's the way he's going to get his viral video going. Getting beat up by a big guy.
Lenny Dykstra? He's gonna.
No, the bagel guy.
No, look, they want to fight, though, right?
Yeah, they're going to fight.
Who wants to fight who? Where are they going to have it?
Well, Lenny Dykstra was what, about 5'4", 5'5"?
He might be shrinking.
Yeah.
The incredible shrinking Lenny
And
Dykstra.
how tall is that guy?
They said he was like under 5 foot.
Under 5?
He was like a midget. Can you say midget?
No, you can't say midget.
Little person?
No, can't say little person either.
What can we say?
Someone who hasn't grown.
Diminutive? Well, they clearly haven't grown because they certainly act like they're kids, man. What's wrong with people? And you know what's really funny? We're sitting up here judging them. If we went out and did that, we would probably get 10 million views on YouTube, and we have standards.
If we got what? If we did what?
If we put on a fight and did something stupid like these morons, we would get 10 million hits on YouTube. Like these idiots are trying to get.
I mean, that bagel thing was so fucking staged.
It was
that was so staged.
It was obvious, and that's why make comments.
Please.
People making comments like, "Oh yeah," the news people were making comments. Hey, what do you think? Do you see the news people now? They take these stories that are such crap, and they put on social media and they ask us our opinions. Why?
I don't get it. I don't get it.
vertically challenged.
Yeah. I think a lot of them are mentally challenged too, Dawn. I mean, it's insane. I don't know.
Obviously, Lenny Dykstra would beat the crap out of him.
Well, yeah.
That's not even close.
Nails. But I mean, why? Is he going to leave his car wash? One of them, or did they go bankrupt?
Who?
Lenny Dykstra.
He had a car wash?
Yeah, he had a bunch of car washes. That was his thing.
Really?
Yeah. Then he graduated to what, that house in Linden, and
I think he was bankrupt.
Well, yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
what I'm
he
saying.
was
He had car washes, and I think they all went.
I
they
thought
went
the car
belly under.
washes came after bankruptcy. No.
That's a big thing with some athletes. They go into the car wash business. I think Charles Oakley has like a bunch of car washes.
Well, because what are you gonna do? Well, speaking of car washes, it's funny you brought that up too because not that funny.
Not that funny.
But nah. But there is a car wash up in North Jersey that the car wash attendants are trying to sue the owner. They were immigrant car wash attendants
Okay.
trying to sue the owner because they said he's been paying them $5 an hour for the last 5 years.
Okay. What are they suing? I mean, why?
Because $5 an hour is under minimum wage.
Oh, I don't know what minimum wage is.
I think it's $10 an hour now.
But what was it when they hired him?
Probably $8 an hour. It's been about $8 for about 5 years now.
So it took them 5 years to realize that they were being underpaid.
Well, I think you have to read between the lines here. The owner of the car wash hiring immigrants. I'm sure they weren't being taxed.
Okay.
I'm sure he told them you make mucho dinero in tips.
Maybe.
And your tips plus your hourly pay will be more than minimum wage.
Well, when you're in a service business that gets tips, you don't have to be paid minimum wage, right?
No. I pay my service $2.19 an hour.
Where'd you come up with $2.19?
Not me. That's the state standard.
Oh, that's the state standard
Yeah.
for
a server. That's
server.
the minimum wage for a server.
Okay.
$2.19 an hour plus tips, and with their tips that they earn, they're supposed to make at least $10 an hour with the $2.19. If they don't make at least $10 an hour with their tips, me as a business owner have to
make up the difference.
Make up the difference.
Okay.
So I think that's where they're suing them, not making up the difference.
So slow nights really hurt you in the pocketbook because then you got to pay out.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. But I mean, if a server can't make $6 an hour,
well,
$7 an hour, I mean, they're in trouble.
What do these guys do on rainy days? It's a car wash.
They don't work.
So
They don't punch in.
They must hate to see the fucking rain.
I know. There's a car wash. I'll never forget. It was on a corner of Franklin Street and Franklin Ave in
Franklin and Franklin?
Yeah, Bloomfield and Newark. Mr. Foamy Car Wash.
Mr. Foamy.
If it would look cloudy, the garage door wouldn't open. And there'd be about 20, well, at the time there were Mexicans, sitting on the wall, waiting for the weather to change. And you drive around an hour later, and it's still cloudy, that door's still closed.
So he would have them punch in and out depending on the weather.
I don't think he'd even allow them to punch in.
Well, I'm saying, but I
Yeah.
mean, if they punch in when the sun comes out,
Oh, then they got to
and
pay
if this
him.
cloud comes up and starts raining, go punch
Yeah,
out.
you got to pay him, yeah.
Wow. Listen,
Because nobody gets a car wash in the rain.
no.
You hear people, oh, I can't believe I just got my car washed yesterday. It's raining today.
Well,
It's water.
okay, you take this thing
It's
out.
water.
You take this thing out and you look at the weather. Get the weather app. If you see it's going to rain in 7 hours, don't pay $20 to get your car washed.
What's the problem with rain on a car wash? Could you tell me?
No,
Really?
makes the water bead. That makes it look pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would think so. Right?
Right.
And see how good of a job they did on windshields if it beats off.
Exactly. Listen, people will look for anything to complain about, and I'm sure it hits social media. Oh, I got my car washed and it rained. Oh. Goodbye.
Bye-bye. But there's going to be a lot of rain tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to pass. They said it's supposed
Yeah?
to pass. Yeah, it's supposed to go south of us.
Oh.
Dawn's a big weather person.
Aren't we south?
There's a low pressure system pushing it south.
Oh.
So we're going to get some rain, but but we're not going to get the garbage that's associated with that we're used to getting here with the
Okay.
wind and everything like that. I had to work last week.
No tornado, no nothing.
Oh my God! Tornado in Springfield. There was something hit out where in Burlington County too. Something happened. It's like Mother Nature has really got something for us, man. But then again, I was watching the Weather Channel. Kansas had floods, like rivers going down the plains. It's like, what the hell? You ever see flooding in Kansas and Oklahoma? What the hell? That's messed up.
Flooding in Kansas, $25,000 in improvements.
Well, the thing is, on the East Coast, I get it. There's a lot of concrete and roads and stuff like that. But you're in the Midwest. Is it all soil? Or like
I know, but maybe
Southwest?
the ground is so waterlogged.
Still better than concrete. It drizzles in Hoboken's under 6 feet of water.
I'd say this produce prices aren't that great, though. I mean, I buy produce, so I know. The rain hasn't really helped it that much.
Well,
It's actually hurt it.
isn't
because
it coming
rained
to
too
the end of the
much.
season for certain
Yeah,
things
some
now?
things.
So
Some
you
things.
may not get deals, but I don't know. Avocados are up because of
What was the earliest time in your life you remember eating avocado? Dory and I were talking about this yesterday.
about 5 years ago.
Right? There were no such thing as an avocado when we were growing up.
Well, there was, but it never came to my house.
Never came to my house either.
Meat, potatoes, pasta. That's it. And the occasional salad. Sorry, Mom.
How about asparagus?
Never. Until about a few years ago.
Portobello mushroom?
Yeah, within the last 10 years. Why is everybody eating asparagus? It goes in
It's
everything.
good for you.
But it goes in everything. They put it in everything. Seafood, chicken,
Yeah.
this. Why?
It's good.
it's-
It's good for a guy, I think.
Yeah, that could be a wives' tale.
But no, it's true. But it smells going out, though. Ugh.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's okay. I mean,
You don't like asparagus?
it's okay. I mean, I don't go out of my way to eat it.
Saute with a little garlic, a little butter?
You put garlic and butter on anything, it's good.
No, okay.
You know, but I don't go out of my way to buy it. I mean, if you go out to eat and it's one of the garnishes, yeah, I'll eat it. But I'm not going to say, oh, by the way, can I have that asparagus?
So you wouldn't call DoorDash to get your side of asparagus?
No. I don't even know if you could even do that.
Yeah, you can.
Well, it depends.
DoorDash would deliver anything.
Well, it depends who's
Uber
helping-
Eats. My cook works for Uber Eats on the side. Or he does Uber on the side.
Guess you're not paying him well, huh?
He's bored. So he drives for Uber and he does Uber Eats.
So he does both.
Yeah. Like he'll turn it on like if it's like around lunchtime. A guy ordered a muffin, an apple, and had it delivered to his house.
Is it from two different places?
No, from the same place.
An apple and a muffin.
Guess how much it was?
Probably $20.
$22.
Yeah. That is lazy. His, his,
Money. Let 'em
his
waste it however
of course. But his gym membership wouldn't even.
Oh,
you
coming
get
from
one
somebody who uses Uber to go to Wawa. Yeah, of course he's going to say that.
do something once and you're branded for life, huh? Listen, I don't mind getting food delivered to the house, but it's not for two small items like that.
Well, I mean, come on.
That's
Get in your car, you lazy fuck.
well. I mean, when you go food shopping, get some apples.
Write a list. Look at my list today. It's on the fucking cardboard.
Where'd you get that?
I ran out of paper. I started my list. I didn't like the way it looked.
Would you
Dude,
get
look
ran?
at my paper, Lindsay.
Look at a lunch. You took a
It's
bite
in
out
my
of it?
drawer.
You're gonna go get it out of the
What
drawer.
is wrong with this?
Everything. It's lazy.
No, it's not.
Yes,
It's
it
being
is.
used.
No, that's he's utilized. He's going to use the back later.
Nah, it's
That's a
lazy.
good idea.
Remember typing reports in school, single spaced, double spaced, and
Oh yeah.
the onion skin. Remember, and the carbon paper and everything. Oh my god,
And then the whiteout.
it
And
smells
wait
good.
for it to dry. Couldn't type over it again.
And if you remember the erasers for the typewriters too.
Yeah.
You would just tear the paper right, put a huge hole in it.
Yeah.
I got straight A's at typing in high school.
I did good at typing too.
Yeah.
QWERT.
QWERTY.
QWERTY.
I didn't even know what that was until I got a computer. I had no- I had
Christian
no-
doesn't even know what that is. Do you know
I
what
think,
QWERTY is?
I think he does. I think he would know
I
that.
don't think he would.
What is it?
QWERTY.
QWERTY?
No?
QWERTY
Look at the
keyboard.
top of your keyboard. Where the letters start.
Oh.
Dino 1, Vinny 0 on that one. I knew he wouldn't. I knew he wouldn't.
I thought he would.
Nah.
Wow.
Nah. That's an old folk thing.
We actually had to hit the keys, and we had to really give it a little bit of oomph
Yeah.
to print the letter. Print? I don't even think it's print.
Shift. Q.
Remember when the whole carriage would go up and hit shift? The whole typewriter.
Boom.
And you could just sit there and play with the. You just push the carriage up and down. And changing the ribbons.
Oh my God! Have more ink on your fingers. Jesus Christ! Who was it? Eleanor Kerrigan. Her father. She's a comedian. Her father owned a typewriter store in Philly.
What's a typewriter?
Exactly.
No, seriously.
You know what a typewriter is?
What's a typewriter?
Really?
It's a machine that you put a piece
You
of
think
paper
I'm
in.
serious, man? I'm not that. idiotic.
Well, you know what QWERTY was? It's sitting right in front of you.
What's Astif?
What?
Don't
Exactly.
Don't talk to me like that. Isn't that Bullmaster?
Right below
Ask
QWERTY.
this.
Oh,
I ate them all for a very long time. True, Dino. Thank you. What you talking about?
probably asparagus.
Asparagus. It's good.
Right, Dawn? She said it's tracking further south. See, she watches the weather. Her and I are like weather geeks on.
There might be some openings on Fox 5, Dawn. You should try applying.
Wow. You see, our buddy Kara did the traffic the other day.
Yeah. Cow the Falco.
Yeah.
She's still around.
Yeah.
Kicking ass.
She is. Taking names. Cooking food.
How's New Jersey on New Jersey now doing?
Who?
New Jer-
I check my email every day.
Do you? Mm-hmm. So anyway, so I was talking to you about this Westfield Watcher house. You didn't know what that was.
What the hell is that?
There's a house in Westfield that supposedly was getting prank letters, but pretty like cryptic. I know where the kids' rooms are.
Oh, wow.
And this has been going on for like 18, 20 years. And
Same people live in the house?
no, they sold the house.
Oh.
But they didn't reveal that to the new buyers.
So they're getting the letter.
They lost $400,000 on the house. And supposedly the new buyers are trying to sue because they're getting letters now, knowing where the kids' rooms are. Now, what I don't understand.
Wait a minute.
But
Wait a
this is
minute.
going on for so
Yeah,
long.
law enforcement can't figure this out.
Right?
What the hell is that?
That's it.
That's
the house? There's blue all over it?
No, that's part of the letter that they got.
Oh.
That's freaking creepy.
Oh, no, definitely. It's a beautiful home.
Yeah, it's old time Westfield.
It's
Yeah.
a $1.2 million home that, because of these letters, got sold for $400,000.
Ouch. Wow. That is creepy. No, there's no doubt that
Yeah, that's creepy.
That's creepy.
But you mean to tell me nobody could
Nobody could
figure
trace
out
the
where
letter?
this come from?
You get one psycho that sends anthrax to the post office. They round them up in 5 minutes. It's
Yeah.
been 18 years. They can't get this guy or girl or whoever it is. Come on. They're just dismissed. It's nothing.
Yeah, this is creepy. This is actually part of the letter. 657 Boulevard has been the subject of my family for decades now, and as it approaches its 110th birthday, I have been put in charge of watching and waiting for its second coming. My grandfather watched the house in the 1920s, my father watched it in the 60s, and now it is my time. Do you know the history of the house? Do you know what lies within the walls of 657 Boulevard?
Wow.
Why are you here? I will find out.
All right.
That's
Listen,
just weird.
And maybe I go to a dark place, and maybe I'm too street smart. You mean to tell me you can't take that letter and try to track fingerprints on that?
They tried. They tried when the case was first going on. They tried finding fingerprints. There were none on the letter.
Okay.
They had a hair follicle on it, but it didn't match any of the suspects that they had at the time.
Okay, well, who did it match?
It matched nobody. There was no one in the system that it could match to.
So it was a random hair follicle fell in the letter?
Well, that random hair follicle fell from somebody's
Yeah,
head.
exactly. At the time of the letter being folded up and put in an envelope.
Okay.
But at the
How
time,
about
they had only the suspects? The only suspects they had were the family. They tested it on them. Wasn't them. The old owners. It wasn't them. And they thought it was some neighbors. They tested them, and it wasn't them. So it was like,
Was your old house too small for the growing family, or was it agreed to bring me your children?
No, that's creepy.
Once I know the names, I will call you.
Yeah, no. Listen, that's weird. It's just weird. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it sounds like nobody's taking this seriously in the law enforcement area. I mean, because you're getting random letters.
Okay.
It's not really threatening. It's just creepy.
It's creepy, right?
But I mean, they're not being threatened by anything. They're
Well,
not
I
being-
mean-
I'm listening. It's way wrong. And something needs to be done. But I don't know what the legalities are of this. I mean, is somebody really breaking the law?
yes. Because the freaking...
That's harassment.
It's harassment.
Can you
and
stop the
then-
mail? The mailman every day sees his letter and he says, "Oh, I'm going to deliver this again," even though I know for 18 years these people. I mean, come on.
Obviously, there's no return address on here.
Well, obviously, but they can't stop it.
Okay, but I thought something passed a few years back, once the anthrax and all that stuff, that no post office can take something without a return address on it.
I don't know.
I thought that it got passed.
That would be a good law.
Okay. How about taking a letter? Obviously, it's stamped somewhere.
No, I think they're hand delivered, which is
Whoa.
weirder.
Oh, so it's not going through the post
It's
office.
not going to the post office.
So why don't they put a freaking camera up to see what's going in the mailbox?
They did, and they thought they caught him, but it was actually one of the owners of the house, one of the people that bought it. They were like, "Oh, okay, this is a problem. Everyone's harassing us." So he tried to send a letter to a neighbor, and they caught him doing it, and they thought it was him, but they tested the original follow.
Can't they just put a camera on the mailbox 24/7?
I think somebody's
had
looking
police
for like
watching.
somebody's looking for a horror movie film
Well,
opportunity.
that's also part of this whole mythos, is because people actually thought the family came up with this to sell the horror
Well-
rights, because that's what ended up happening. They ended up getting a paycheck because of this.
Well, you want to
And
laugh.
the movie-
Why can't we think of something like
You remember that house in Toms River? You know where it is, right by the Wawa on the Hooper Avenue U-turn, next to the dentist. They made Good Morning America and everything. They said the house was haunted. Christian's going to look it up for you. Haunted house.
Haunted
in Toms
House
River.
in Toms River.
Yeah, it was about maybe 5-6 years ago. It's right on. I forgot the name of the street.
That's the house?
I believe so.
Yeah.
You still have free articles from Asbury Park Press? I ran out of those a long time ago.
Terrence Avenue?
Yes, Terrace.
Terrace.
Yes, it's right by Mondon High School.
It's haunted. So
Yes.
what's going on?
2012. It's been 7 years already. Wow. Oh yeah, the people made like Good Morning America. They made all the news
What's
shows.
going on there?
Nothing. It's still there's a for sale sign there forever.
But what are they saying?
They moved in, and the realtor didn't disclose what was actually happening. In the
There might have been a
house, and it
murder
was
or
like
something.
It was like some demonic shit.
I think they went to what was it, Judge someone so on TV.
People's Court.
Oh, was it People's Court? Okay, I know they went to an online, an on TV thing.
Okay, but
So there's a first. So my point is, I pass it maybe 5-6 times a week.
anything happen?
No,
You see any ghosts flying around?
not lately. But there's a for sale sign there. So whoever owns that house is taking a bath. So what happens?
But I don't understand what disclosure. So say someone dies in a house, you have to tell the new buyer that someone died in the house.
What if you don't know? Just say I didn't know. I mean, unless it was somebody in your family.
Actually, let me see.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a law. I don't know. Why?
If someone had a heart attack in a house, you got to tell the next person.
It happens. People die in homes all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, how do you verify?
My next
that?
door neighbor, I believe, passed away. I don't know if he passed away in the house. He got taken away in an ambulance, but I don't know if he was kicking or not. So what do I
Like,
do?
what was that one house in Toms River going back a few years back when somebody murdered, one of the daughters was missing, and they found him in the basement,
Oh, I don't remember that.
tied up in the basement. It's off of,
I don't remember that.
what's that road?
So
Oh, the rule is that it's something called a stigmatized property. So like if it's a peaceful death where it's like, oh my
Passed
mom
away in her
passed
sleep or
away in
whatever,
her
yeah,
sleep or
yeah.
something, it's fine. But if there was like a legit murder, you got to disclose it.
Or suicide.
Murder or suicide.
okay, what if somebody pushed them down the steps and they died?
Or
Is that a
widespread
murder?
reports
It's a
of
murder.
haunting. Okay, haunting.
Okay, look,
Is that-
in California, you must disclose whether any deaths occurred on the property within the last 3 years.
Okay, so we're saying that haunting is a reality.
I don't believe in it. Do you believe in ghosts, Christian?
Absolutely.
Do you really?
My house is haunted.
Really? Your house is haunted?
And it's either my uncle or my dad. And it's like I straight up believe in ghosts. Like I'll
Really?
be working in my room, and I know it's my dad because I'm working on music, and then all of a sudden, I'll literally see and hear my bed compress like someone's sitting there, and then I'll be like, "Pops, this is cool. You're here or whatever, or Uncle John." But I'm working, and you're
Scaring the
freaking
shit out of
hell
me. Yeah,
out
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
yeah.
And the bed uncompresses. I hear footsteps all the time.
Wow.
The worst that I ever heard was I think I heard someone straight up, clear as day, call my name, and it was a voice I did not recognize. But yeah. Oh wow, check this out.
I mean, I hear.
Diedinhouse.com.
I hear.
Oh, jeez. There's actually a website, diedinhouse.com, so they can document homes where people died in. What a creepy website. He's gonna look it up.
Trying to find that
Yeah,
house.
yeah. I don't know what the address is.
Let's see, 657 Boulevard.
So this is.
I mean, I hear footsteps upstairs, but I think it's a squirrel running around.
Yeah, or a raccoon, or a possum.
Oh, pay a fee, then you can find it.
Of course.
Okay. Why they did that for free?
Yeah,
Even
exactly.
death costs.
Death tax. There's one in New Jersey, right?
But
I don't know, man.
I mean, once a few times actually,
Lisa believes in ghosts.
I could have sworn I saw a little kid running in my house.
That's horrifying.
Yeah, I saw a little kid running in the house. But I'm the only owner of the house. I mean, I had it built, so I know no one
maybe
died
somebody. Yeah.
Maybe the land.
Do you remember
Been there
there.
before.
It was a farm.
Do you remember the thing? Remember the movie 3 Men and a Baby?
Maybe a cornfield.
Remember
Ghost in the
the
Window?
ghost in the window?
I
Yeah.
remember that story.
And they tried to debunk it with it was a stagehand or something like that. I don't know. I'm kind of skeptical when it comes to stuff like that. I mean, I believe
Well,
in.
have you ever seen anything that you can't explain?
No, not really.
No.
Dino needs a water. Christian opened up the fridge. All is the beer and soda.
I'll take a beer.
Miller Lite?
Sure.
High Life? Sure.
Miller High Life.
What year is that
They
beer
still
made?
make that? Didn't I go with Ralph Kiner?
I mean, when you make,
Miller High Life.
Is that
You-
ranch? Is that the ranch that's for sale?
yeah, Dawn, that's the one. Yeah, Yep.
What, I do believe in ghosts.
yeah. Lisa believes in ghosts. Listen, I can't denounce anybody who does believe.
Take it on the job.
Yes, it is. I can't denounce anybody who believes in that stuff. Because I can't tell somebody they're.
Experience.
Yeah, I mean, even if I didn't experience it, so I can't speak to somebody else's experiences and in life. But I mean,
See, my mother.
I find it hard to
My
believe.
mother swears she sees my father at nighttime, at least once a month.
like clockwork.
It's
Okay, so 16th coming up soon.
Well,
I'm gonna see Dad soon.
I mean,
And you can't call her a liar because
no,
it is what it is. I mean, do I hear certain things on the radio that remind me of my mother on occasion? I think it's all happenstance. I go to the cemetery every so often. I don't go that much. I mean, they're in the ground. I mean, do I believe in their spirit? I think that's just respecting the last place that they're resting. But I can't say I haven't spoken to the grave because I have.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think it's more. When I say selfish, I don't mean it in a bad way. I think it's more for me, or for you, whoever's speaking
Yeah,
to the grave or whatever. I don't think you're expecting any answers or any signs or anything like that. So,
Lisa Ann just commented.
what's she say? In Isle Heights, there's a camp dated back to 1800. They say you can hear the children run. Yeah, that's the old Wanamaker camp, I think.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think they got lost, Lisa, because they're at my house.
That's really creepy out of context.
Right?
I mean, yeah, we don't want to get into that.
But,
But you've never had an experience where it's like you saw something or heard something and you were like, you tried figuring it out, but you just couldn't.
Not that I can remember. No, I'm not saying it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist in my life. You know,
that's the only thing I've seen. Every once in a while I see a little kid running around.
Oh, that's it. Oh, that's all.
That's all.
Oh, just kids running around my house. It's like the Brady Bunch episode.
About 45
Running.
times since I'm in the house.
That's a little strange.
Now I'm live.
You done coughing?
Oh my god, it's a freaking pot.
Thought you went to the dentist. Dentist.
That is the doctor.
Thought you went to the doctor, get that fixed.
I did. The amount of pot inhaling last couple of days.
Well, I saw in the news, or maybe it was a commercial. Some guy, he died of secondhand smoke exposure.
I freaking believe it.
He said he worked for years in a workplace where smoking was allowed,
A bar.
or wherever, yeah, and they told him that he got lung cancer from the secondhand smoke. He never
I believe
smoked.
it. I believe it.
It's a possibility. That I believe, yeah.
Don't worry, Ben. I won't haunt you when I go.
It's all right. I won't. You do it all you want because I'm not going to see it. It doesn't matter to me.
Get another podcast partner. He tries to sit down. He can't fit.
That's why we got so much room here. We'd like to leave somebody.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
In case somebody's going to come visit.
No little kids under the table. We're good.
Want
Now,
an Oreo?
is it a boy or a girl that's running through your house?
Boy.
Okay.
Boy.
Jesus. Well, maybe Epstein's going to take care of that
I was
for
trying
you.
to think. I mean, I never had any close calls or anything like that. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have either. So,
You know.
I mean, we've all had that close incident on the road while we're driving where you're a second away from something bad happening to you.
No, I'm saying I never got somebody pregnant that,
That's where we're going with this?
Yeah, that's a close call. What'd you think I meant?
A death close call, I thought you meant.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Death close calls. That's
Yeah. Now he's getting ghosts pregnant now. I mean, I don't know what the hell's going on. Wow.
A close call. I've had tons of them.
Dino and Joan of Arc.
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
I've had tons of close calls. I must be on life number 10.
Jesus.
I had a freaky one recently.
What?
I was at a red light with my buddy. We were heading back from like a party, I think, and friggin' the light turns green, but for whatever in me told me not to go. Like something was like, this doesn't feel right. 5 seconds later, I kid you not, because I counted. Like a red Hummer just comes speeding through the light.
Yeah. Almost
And
took
if
you
I
out.
had gone, I'd probably be dead.
Well, we wouldn't want that to happen.
No.
Guess that was your father or your uncle?
Probably my dad. Well, this was after he passed, so yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
Uncle I never met, but still,
He's
he's around.
Welcome to the afterlife with Vinny and Dino.
Yeah. Who would have thought that? That wasn't even on my list.
What list? Well, it looks like it was written by some psychotic ghost anyway. You can't even read it.
Ton just posted the whole story of Wanamaker.
You know, bring children from Pennsylvania.
Fun and joy of summer by the sea.
Yep. Orphan children. But she said don't quote her. I think that has some merit.
quoting you.
Well, Wanamaker, you know who he is. He's the big department store guy in Philadelphia. You've heard of Wanamakers?
No.
Wow.
No.
It was a big time store in Philadelphia.
Really?
Big department store, yeah. And there was a train used to actually go into Island Heights from like Philadelphia. Oh yeah.
Really?
Well, trains went everywhere back in those days. You know,
Where are those tracks right now?
probably buried under the streets.
Right?
You know.
They didn't pull them up.
Well, the Seaside Bridge used to have this. There was a railroad bridge.
Yeah, that I remember. Yeah,
So
I remember.
had
that.
the things sticking out of the bay. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Boy, that just kind of put a downer on this show. Talking about ghosts and listen, a lot of people believe in it, and some people have made livings off it. Long Island, Madam, or
Medium.
Madam.
No, that madam.
Oh.
She's still making money, I'm sure.
Hand over fist. I mean, and there was also, what was that guy, John, whatever his name was? The guy, you know who I'm talking about, right? Somebody,
Wayne Gacy?
no. He's the guy that ate people.
John.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had a show. I mean, so people making money off of this, you know. Well, what's his name? Houdini. That was a big part of his deal.
One of my comedians, Joe Fernandez, he works for the town of Island. Mm-hmm. He does the videography work for them.
Okay.
I'll try to get to that before I die. And they had a person who speaks to pets.
Okay.
So he brought his corgi in. And she was talking to the corgi, relaying messages of how, stuff he wanted to say to her.
Wow.
Listen,
listen, there's something for everybody. It's not my thing, and I won't put people down. I may get a giggle out of it, but I mean, I'm not going to say you're an idiot or you're wrong or you're crazy, not to their face. Yeah. But I mean, everybody's got their thing.
Haunted houses. I mean,
I gotta look up this.
I remember. I think we've talked about the White Lady Tree in Newark.
Yeah.
And they say every night at midnight she comes out looking for her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one night I'll never forget.
John Edward.
John Edward, that's the guy.
I had to look up. It was killing me.
But she, there was one night we always used to drive to the White Lady Tree, and there was one night that somebody jumped out from behind the tree with a white outfit on. Scared the shit out of us. But who knows?
Do I think that there could possibly be some extraterrestrial life out there? I guess. When I say that, I don't mean aliens, but I mean...
Ghostbusters made a mint.
The remake.
Somebody's got to believe in it.
The remake wasn't so good, though.
Oh, they had a remake?
You didn't know that?
all the
Yeah, there was a Ghostbusters remake.
Oh, wow. I guess that didn't do well.
No.
No, I ain't even heard about it, so I didn't miss anything.
No.
You're better off.
Yeah.
But now they're filming Ghostbusters 3 right now.
I mean, Bill Murray's old. Bill Murray's old.
He's doing it.
What's his name died?
He's the ghost now.
Yeah. What's his name died? Hal Ramis died.
Yeah, he could be a ghost.
Didn't anybody else die? Dan Aykroyd should be dead. I mean, he's
around. He's still around.
There's so little talent out there in Hollywood that they have to remake things, reboot, redo.
There's so
Nobody
many
come up with
talented people out there, and they go back to those.
And when in doubt,
take a shot on somebody who's got a movie, who doesn't have the money.
It might be. It might be good.
Instead of spending $40 million on a remake of Ghostbusters,
yeah,
let's give
you don't want to know
somebody $1 million.
The Ghostbusters remake budget was $150 million.
Okay, so you mean to tell me you can't find 150 talented people out there, somebody like Christian? I say, here, Christian, I know you have a bunch of movie ideas. Here's $1 million. Let me see what you can do.
And all you gotta do is make 1.1 million and you profit.
There's not 150 people out there. Now you're in the industry. 150 good people out there that can't put anything out there because they don't have the connection or they don't have the money.
Well, I mean, listen.
You're just preaching to the choir, man.
Well, some people have tried to. Robert Redford. That's why he started the film festival out in.
Sundance.
Yeah, that was his thing.
Right.
That was his thing to bring in people that were off the beaten path, that weren't from the big studios, that had ideas.
But now the problem is that Sundance, even that has become very.
It's big.
Prestigious.
And same thing with the one in downtown New York with De Niro.
Soho.
The one with De Niro. What's it?
Tribeca?
Yeah, same thing. That used to be
So if
off
you
the
had a
beaten path
film,
too. So
just so I get an idea, so you got a short film, and you want to submit it to Tribeca. You want to submit it to
Sundance. Yeah.
Can you do it?
It's got to be good. It's got to be like really good, but it's the paths to do it are very hard.
Okay. See, that shouldn't be that way.
No, it shouldn't be.
Like your films have to win awards before it's even looked at.
Okay.
Well, what
Where
about
these
Blair
awards
Witch?
going to come from?
What's it?
Where are these awards going to come from?
Other festivals. You gotta tour the festival circuit first, and then you get to go to Sundance.
Just follow Ming around. There's got to be a festival in every one of those.
Where's Ming?
All those Comic Cons he goes to. There's got to be a film festival in every one of them.
Where's Ming?
Oh, stop.
Where's the Buddha?
What was I going to say? I was saying something before I forgot.
But they do offer programs through Sundance where it's like, hey, we'll mentor you.
Oh, I was going to say Blair Witch Project. That was basically shot
For no money.
Yeah.
That's what Clerks did. Clerks went to Sundance.
They couldn't even afford color. They said, let's go black and white. I'm just busting.
Somebody should film my
No,
house.
That's the truth.
No, well, I mean, I don't know if it's more expensive to shoot in color or black and white. I don't know.
It's hell expensive because it's just it's a different film that they have to shoot with.
Yeah, see, I didn't know
color,
that.
yeah, color would be a lot more.
Okay, but I thought at some point in time it becomes a standard in the industry where ever since everybody's paying the same, it wouldn't matter if it's black and white or color. So
Well, remember when we had typewriters and then you had black ink and then you had black and red?
Yeah,
Black and red was more expensive.
it was. Same thing with
Callback.
Same thing with your printers too. You go get
Yeah,
printer, you
sure.
get all black ink, and it's a lot cheaper than the color.
This beer sucks.
No, that's why Ralph Connor's not alive anymore. I don't know. It's just, I mean, like if you and I had an idea for a podcast, so to speak. Exactly.
I like this hypothetical. It's not like it's happening at this very moment in time. If you two had a podcast, what would it be like?
Exactly. Well, the thing is this: everybody's got a podcast. I'm not gonna say everybody, but
Everybody.
everybody's got a show.
Everybody's
Even the celebrities have shows.
Yes.
So, who is out there watching all of this material
Right.
to say? We'll just use us for an example. Somebody watches this one day and says, "Oh, they got potential." They're not going to say as is. It's going to go to the movies or to the TV. It's going to have to be tweaked.
They're off the cuff.
Right, but somebody's going to have to look at it and say, "Oh no, that's got potential. We're going to tweak it and we're going to work with them." You can't do that times 10 million. Everybody's got a show.
Right.
Where in the past, say 40 years ago, you could do a shoestring budget type of movie or TV show and submit it somewhere because not everybody was doing it. You know,
It was easier back then to get noticed. It was harder to get made. Now it's easier
to
get
make
made,
and
but
hard
it's
to
harder
get.
noticed.
Correct. It's almost like you want to go back to those days in the late 60s, early 70s when you had the little studio that
We'll make those bullshit.
well, you had that studio had Lucas, it had De Palma, it had all those guys. They all had this one studio that they were putting together all those independent films in the late 60s, early 70s. Yeah, I forgot. I'm drawing a blank.
The problem is, and this might be one way to answer it, Pete Davidson has a movie coming out. Okay. Do I know the extent of Pete Davidson's acting ability? I don't know how great it is.
Who?
Zoetrope.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But because of his stature with Saturday Night Live, a movie company is going to say, all right, you know what? Let's take a chance on him.
At least the
because, you know
look.
what? He might be able to.
Yeah.
He might be able to spin this around real quick.
Yeah, but here's the problem with that is that now instead of talent, people are doing it based off of social media followings.
Yes.
So you'll have a makeup guru come in and they'll be like, "Hey, come star in our movie. Can you act?" "No." "Fine, but you'll be able to make it sell."
Because it doesn't matter. Nobody's holding you back. There's no studio
Well,
dictating to you or anything like that. And it's the same way with music. You're in the music. You're in the music. Everybody's a music producer. Everybody.
Same thing
you
with
got
comedy.
you got an iPhone. You're a music producer.
Yeah.
You got an iPhone. You're a movie producer.
Yep.
Or director or actor or whatever. And listen. And I think that's great. You got balls. You sit up here in front of a microphone and talk on a podcast for an hour. Not everybody's doing it. I mean, other people do it better than others.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot better than us.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, we submitted our stuff to The Sopranos. Nobody called us back for really, you know.
I know, really. Look at this fucking face. How do I not get on The Sopranos?
I don't know. Me neither.
Am I not Ginzo looking enough?
I think we fit the bill. Seriously. I mean, if you're gonna cast a movie with a Bob Marley movie, you can do Christian.
A Christian.
Yeah, seriously. I'm not busting your chops.
It's not even like stereotyping.
No, it's not.
It's the physical
It's the
look.
you need to have the look first.
Right.
You have to have the look first, then you go from, oh, you can act? Oh, that's even better. You can sing? Okay, here we go. But if you have no talent, and I'm not saying we do, but we deserve
I can remember a line or two.
I mean, there's plenty of people, us and a lot of our fans out there, at least deserve the look, right? I mean, but then again, that's like all of Belleville and all of North Jersey. I mean, so, seriously.
You want to see me in a suit and tie? That's fine. A little hanky. I can do
Yeah,
that.
I mean, it's and Christian knows everything is
But you know what?
saturated now.
Everything is.
It's really
everything
difficult. Even with your comedians, everybody's a fucking comedian, right?
Oh, everybody is.
Everybody.
I have 500 YouTube followers.
Only because we're bringing it up with movies and stuff. There was actually, you ever heard of Robert Rodriguez?
May have.
He made a film called El Mariachi. But he
Oh.
also did Sin City.
Yes.
He did those movies. He
Good
actually
movies.
did a TV show called Rebel Without a Crew. Because Robert's first movie was made for $7,000, and then he sold it to Columbia, and it made $2 million.
Not a bad profit margin.
Not a bad profit margin.
Yeah.
So he made a TV show where he was like, "I'll bring on 7 filmmakers to make movies for $7,000," and that's exactly what they did.
Okay.
And they actually turned out really good.
Yeah.
No.
And now those filmmakers have careers. So I think if there was more stuff like that, then
It's the American Idol theme of doing things.
almost
Some
but I
similar,
feel
yeah.
like- I feel like there should be more where it's like if you're a comedian, there should be more, maybe like more open mics or stuff like that, or more chances for your stuff to get seen by higher ups. I think that's not up to us per se. Like, of course, you want to work hard and still be known, but I think that there should be more inclusivity.
Well, here it is. Just talking about comedians. I was watching. You ever watch Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee? He had Eddie Murphy on there. The one episode I watched it, and they came up together in New York. They both came from Long Island. The way to get into the industry was you went to the clubs in Manhattan, and you got the 3 a.m. slot.
Yep.
And you had to work your way up. You're in the industry. Where's that happening now? Is it happening anywhere? Where you're a young and up and coming guy or girl, you're really funny, but you need that break. And unless you're funny right from the get-go,
listen,
there's no place for you to test your material. Do you want somebody to come in and test the material at your club?
No.
Exactly.
No, and I'm guilty of it.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it
But
because
you need to make-
I did open mics.
Yeah.
I did, and it was just too frustrating. It was a waste of time. It was a waste of money. And honestly, I want people to get their breaks.
Sure.
I do want people to
I
get
know
their
you do,
breaks,
yeah.
but there's a proper way to do it.
I agree.
And you know what? Yeah, you have to go to the city at 3:00 in the morning
Yeah, but even that, I'm
on a
not.
Thursday night.
I'm not familiar with
And
the
half of them
scene.
don't understand English in the audience, and you have to go up there and perform.
I'm not familiar with the scene. You are. I'm thinking that there's fewer and fewer of those opportunities available in any big city now.
Okay. A lot of what they're doing now is they're doing self-produced shows. So you think you're funny? Here you go. Here's the room at 3:00 in the afternoon. You can perform in Caroline's 3:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday
with 5
with
people.
nobody there.
And you got to pay me
But
money
you
to
know
use the stage.
You have to bring 25 people,
Yeah.
and we'll do a short 30-second video of you in front of the Caroline sign.
Okay.
And now you're going to put on your resume, I performed the Carolines. Yeah, well, 3:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday is not performing the Carolines.
No, it's not. No.
But the industry just wants the
Money,
fuzzles.
of course.
They don't really care about your future.
Nope. And that's where the line has changed now in the last 20 or 25, 30 years.
Well,
Well, listen, it was always about the money, but it seemed like way back when a guy like you, if you owned a club 35 years ago, you would have been young. You still could have done it.
I could have done it.
You didn't mind maybe breaking even or losing a few dollars here and there to maybe this guy. You know what? I know the business. These couple guys are funny.
Okay,
I'm going to give them a break.
and I'm gonna explain how I'm gonna get myself out of this. That's not my fault.
And I'm not saying that you're doing anything
Right.
wrong.
Because I do open mics, or did open mics, and these people who did the 3:00 show at Caroline's, and they come down and do the open mic, and they're freaking atrocious, but nobody at Caroline's has the balls to
tell
say
them,
that,
right, you do.
because they're looking at, I just made $1,000 at 3:00
Yeah.
in the afternoon on a Saturday, when normally the only guy here is the guy sweeping.
Right. You're the bad
Okay.
guy. Now you're the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy
Yeah.
because
No,
I'm
I get
telling
it.
you the truth that you suck.
I get it.
Why perform at Caroline's? What time?
Right.
Let me look at the calendar.
Right.
When were you there?
No, listen.
How much? Who paid for your ticket to see you?
Exactly. Now, and again, what Christian is doing, I mean, it's tough to. I'm sure the stuff that he's doing is quality,
Right.
but he needs. No, well, I'm sure. Listen, I'm sure it doesn't suck, but I'm saying I don't have the talent to do any of that stuff.
Right.
So I'm sure that if you need just one person to like you, or one entity
It's
to like
the
you.
right person.
That's what I'm saying. One person,
The right one.
and it works both ways. It's a saturated market, but there's a lot of people out there that can view everything or listen or whatever to make that judgment. And they might just be in a good mood that day and say, hey, you know what, Christian,
That's all
or
it takes.
whatever. It's literally what they call it, a break.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's all it takes.
But it just, to me, not being that familiar with the entertainment industry, there's just so much out there. I just look at the list on my phone of shows I have to watch and movies I have to watch. There's so much out there. Where are you getting the time, even if you're in the industry, and even if you're going to be noticed by, it's either going to be by a nice sized club owner or a small time producer. It's tough. It's got to be luck.
But I'll also tell you, like, it isn't, like, even though a lot of it does come down to luck, it is possible. Like,
Absolutely.
Oh, sure.
like,
Absolutely.
Like, people think, like, oh, it's impossible to get into film.
No, it's
not.
not.
Hard as hell.
You have to work really hard. Yeah.
But it's possible.
Sure.
Like, for example, I made a really cool little music video based on a song from one of my favorite bands. And that favorite band happened to have a TV show on the hub for a little while. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So I sent it to them, and they were like, this is good, and we really like your work, too. Keep in touch. You never know what can happen.
You don't know. No, absolutely not. No, exactly. But my whole point is that in the past, it seemed a little bit easier to get that break, at least get the opportunity to have a break. Well, now it's just so hard. I mean, bands and, movies.
Okay, let's go to the last comic standing. I know we've talked about this many times.
Mm-hmm.
Last comic standing. You mean to tell me that final 16, they are the 16 funniest comics in the United States?
No. But they're on the show.
Because they fit the stereotype needed to encompass all of America.
Of course.
To watch.
Of course. They have to make money. They have sponsors that they have to satisfy. Same thing with American Idol. You mean to tell me that, or whatever, even the cooking shows, it's all about entertainment and satisfying the sponsors and everything like that. Yeah, of course. We can't be that naive.
Can anybody tell me the last 3 comics who won the last comic standing?
Can I tell you the last time I watched this show? Is it even on anymore?
No, it's off.
Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because they're probably not working. Or headlining anywhere.
Right. Well, that's the thing. I mean, and plus there's also, I know in music and TV and movies, there's probably a market there's different markets.
Right.
So the guys and gals that are on YouTube trying to forego a music career, they're not targeting everybody. They're not targeting you and me. They're targeting that small sect of people that they know. So with the hashtags and the sharing. So like you said, Kristen, you shared it with the band that you used their music from, and they loved it.
Right.
What if they hated it?
That would have been hilarious.
Right. Well, they could have also said, "You better not use my music. That's mine. Get out. Boom,
right.
You're done."
Plus, it's also like the people that you look up to. I feel like
exactly
that also kind of throws into effect to it a little bit, where it's like,
right.
You kind of want to admire a creator, but you don't want to fucking admire someone you know is a dickhead, even if you like their work.
Yeah. No. Listen.
I know it's weird, but it's like, hey, I've went off of that before. Oh,
yeah.
I like this. You're an asshole. I think I could go without it.
Yeah. Or you might just bite the bullet and say, "I'll just put up with whatever. If it's going to put money in my pocket, I'll put up with whatever I have to."
It's all timing,
yep.
Right person. Look at Sebastian Maniscalco.
He
used to open up for Dice.
And he just did Seinfeld driving in coffee too.
He used to open up for Dice.
Listen,
person saw him.
I think he's hysterical.
And took off.
Yeah.
One of my personal favorite stories of this is a filmmaker named David Sandberg. David made a short film called Lights Out that circulated on Facebook. A really scary little short film. And then the guy who made Saw saw the short film and was like, this is amazing. We need him to work for us. So they hired him to turn the short film into a movie. And Lights Out made over $100 million.
Oh!
Yeah.
And now the latest movie is Shazam.
Oh.
And he went from making shorts on YouTube to doing that. It just got seen by the right person.
Well, that's even going back 50, 60 years. All those great filmmakers, they all started out doing little pieces of stuff. A lot of it stunk. But they kept working at it. So a lot of people sit back, oh, I'm not getting a break. Yeah, break does come into play. But you also have to work hard and make your stuff better.
Throw it out there.
Yep. But you have to get better every single time.
Right.
You have to kind of stop. You can't throw too many stinkers out there.
No.
You can't. I mean, one-hit wonders in music. There's one-hit wonders in music and movies and everything else. Exactly.
But you gotta stand out.
Even these YouTubers, the ones who show you how to play a video game.
Oh, my son watches them all the time. Yeah. That guy has so much. The guy with the hair, you probably know what I'm talking about.
Jacksepticeye?
No, the guy that does the guy that does the shooting game.
I don't know.
No, whatever. But you know,
well, yeah,
you know what I'm talking. He's got Red Bull. He's got
Ninja.
yeah, that guy. It's like he just started putting out YouTube, and now
Okay, so
I
now your son plays the game, obviously.
yeah.
Okay. If your son had an interest in putting out a video on YouTube, how to play this game, could he do it?
He's contemplated it. I think he could.
Okay.
I mean,
so it's
I
just a
could
matter
too.
of.
So could I. I mean,
It's just a matter of the right person doing it,
it's the right person seeing it,
seeing it,
then
and
the
doing
right
it.
group of people seeing it, and then multiply. It's like rabbits. It's multiplying. The Pro commercial.
Bread and milk.
Yeah. Listen, if it wasn't for that, who knows? You just don't know. I mean, anything's possible. I mean,
Yeah.
But you know what I have noticed though? Like there hasn't, even though there are stuff like that. You know how back in the day, if there's like the Beatles, a company would try and make or the next Beatles, like kind of like they did what they did with the Monkees. It was like manufactured pop band. You don't really see that in YouTubers or in artists like that because it's still the person. I don't think I've ever actually heard of just someone who was made famous on YouTube.
Justin Bieber's the last one I can remember.
But he was on YouTube, but he was
Yeah.
posting song videos.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
He
He got.
wasn't a manufacturer.
I mean, like Backstreet Boys and
Yeah,
the boy
exactly.
Menudo, more so Menudo than anything else.
So I think it's also part of it is just
Carly Rae
genuine.
Jepsen did the same thing, right? Didn't she do that? I mean, she pretty
or
much.
less.
Yeah, but she wasn't discovered by a talent agency from a TV show or something like that. Listen, I don't make fun of those people. I mean, not really loudly, but I mean, they did it. Good for them. And they had their 10 minutes in the sun.
America's Got Talent for the last
you have to have
3 years.
personality to do it. Mark Varro says that.
Oh, that's my son.
Yeah. So, Mark, you don't have a personality. You got a
Ninja.
personality. So,
From Fortnite. That's the. Yeah, thanks, Mark. There's people out there that are funny, but the same people can't be a comedian. That's true.
okay, so
It's true.
America's Got Talent for the last 3 years. Different producers from the show send me an email and say, hey, listen, can you film some of your comedians, send us the clips, and we'll look at them first. They're not even doing the homework anymore.
Or the legwork.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
The judges themselves or just the show?
Probably
A
producers.
production company
Is being
that is trying to get associated with the show. Instead of them coming out and say, hey, listen, we want to film, do a comedy night. Let's film like 10 comics.
They're Expedia.com.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah. They want me to do the work.
Yeah.
And they say they'll look at my people first.
Listen, that's not dumb.
No,
That's
that's
actually
not dumb on their
pretty
end.
smart.
That's not dumb on their end.
Now you could do that. You can create your own company and do that. Nothing stopping you from doing that.
I believe me,
Yeah,
I
the
thought
one of
about
this-
doing the last comic standing, but the real comic standing.
Can I be the bodyguard at the door?
Oh, man. I would.
Christian can film it. We can keep it all in the family.
Man, don't even worry about making a TV show. Just post clips on YouTube and just rank in that income.
When are we going to monetize this show?
I don't know.
You need 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
I just got back on the Facebook page this morning.
Yeah, and I figured out how to do it. I'm so stupid.
You got to put the right password in. It
Christian,
usually
I was
helps.
trying to put in the show's password into the Facebook Manager page. I didn't realize that was my password just to get access to the page. So then I sent,
Whoops.
yeah. I kept putting it, then I sent it to Dino. And then he shows the link is broken. I said, yeah, it's because the first time I did it, because it defaults to editor, not administrator. So I had to cancel the first one out and redo it again. Then he's like, oh, it works. Listen, we're trying to do it ourselves. Listen, the weather's worked against us. We could have had an outside. We got an outside show on the 4th of July weekend. It rained.
Yeah, it rained.
We could have done it today. It rained.
Rained.
If we want to do it next week, it'll probably rain.
Mother Nature's trying to tell y'all something.
What's that? Maybe.
Saying don't bother.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
So this took a terrible turn for the worse.
Well, it took a bite out of it. Now you just tear it up.
Hungry.
Well, you know what? We don't know where this show's going.
No, we don't know.
It's not rehearsed. We write things down, so you have to have something to go by.
Definitely not going viral.
Who? The only viral I got is Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. Jesus Christ, I'll tell you.
Oh my God.
But anyway, so hopefully the people from Belleville like the show.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna share it to them now?
Well, I already told them to start following the page, so hopefully we picked up some followers.
Well, we'll just share it to their
Again,
page.
practicing to roll a joint.
Smells a little sweet in here.
That's the Miller Lite, fumigated from 1981.
The can is from 1970.
1903.
My grandfather used to drink Schaefer. Remember Schaefer?
Schaefer.
Is the beer.
Schaefer is the
One beer to have when you're having more than one. Not that they're
great advertising.
Not that they're saying to drink a lot, are they? Can you imagine nowadays? Oh my
Ralph
God.
Kiner. Bob Murphy.
God rest his
He had a
soul.
permanent red face.
They're all gone.
You actually heard him cracking the can open on air.
Well, Mel Allen, your Yankee guy, he
Yeah.
used to be drunk on air all the time.
Phil Zito just had agita. He had to go home
Too many-
for the 6th inning.
Too many cannolis. He had to go. What was his wife's name
Sixth
again?
Flora.
Flora. Flora?
Flora.
Was it Flora?
I think it was Flora. It
Okay.
was Flora.
Something like that.
But,
It's close enough. Had to get over the GW.
yeah. How you get over it. But the Mets are doing well, Vin. I have to say that. Mets are doing well.
I'm not a pom-pom guy. You know that.
No.
I just sit back and I just watch. They're playing well. I'm happy. Yankees, if they could play the Orioles every day, they hit, 600
I just had
home runs?
deja vu.
What do you mean?
I just had deja vu.
Why?
What you just said.
If the
I've heard that before.
If they could play the Orioles every day,
I heard you saying that to me before.
I've said that. Oh, wow.
I think that ghost thing is really hitting me. Krista Miller giving me fucking illusions.
Illusions or hallucinations?
Hallucinations, illusions.
Oh, we always know when it's time to sign off.
Hiccup. Later.
Night-night.